Well, over the past 200 years, the basis for child custody decisions have changed considerably. What is the impact on family violence and its impact on a parent's visitation rights? Live at 5's family attorney, Sonia Kaufman, joins us now with more. We hate talking about family violence and even parent visitation rights, but we need to.
It's an important topic. If a parent has been violent with another child or with the child at issue or with their spouse or with the parent of the child at issue, those are all possible bases for a court to deny or restrict the parent's visitation. So it's a very serious issue and one that needs to be made known to the court at the time those visitation orders are being entered. And the court has a number of things they can do. If the violence has been within 2 years, the court can deny that parent access to the child at all. And the court can also order things like battering intervention, parenting classes, supervision, any number of things to protect the child. So it's a very important subject.
Does one have to have proof of family violence?
Well, you would think that someone would call the police, and that may be a question to ask if there's a police report, but that's not necessary. It's a question of credibility and putting on evidence under oath as to what has happened. But one thing to be aware of is that if someone knowingly reports a false incident of family violence, that's a basis to disallow that parent's visitation as well.
So it's kind of a catch-22.
Be very careful.
You need to be careful with all of that. Well, we've got some viewers that have some questions. If my son's father was willing to relinquish his parental rights, would we be able to do it without having someone else adopt him?
Generally, the courts are very reluctant to relinquish someone's rights, allow them to terminate without someone else stepping up to adopt the child. So it's on a case-by-case basis, but generally that's a tough thing to do.
Okay. If my son knows his ex-wife has 2 sons around registered sex offenders, would that be a ground for a custody suit?
Sounds like it to me. I think that most orders today have a requirement that if someone lives with a registered sex offender, they're required to notify the other parent of that. So the degree of exposure here may be an issue, but in the best interest of the child, that would be a good idea, I think.
Just let somebody know, so that way something can happen about it. Why isn't verbal abuse against the law? My daughter of 4 comes back from her daddy's calling mommy things that we shouldn't even hear moms being called.
I think that's horrible, and we hear that a lot about parents talking badly about the other parent. A lot of orders have the requirement that a parent not make disparaging comments in the hearing of the child. So if that's in the order, then this person's in contempt of the order, and that is a basis to take them to court. You always weigh the economics of that against whether it's the right thing to do, but that is against the court's order in most cases.
Okay, and do grandparents have legal rights to their grandchildren if their child's father is incarcerated?
Possibly. There are a whole number of factors in the statute to go through, but in general, a grandparent's rights are very, very limited because the other parent has the right to decide who has access to the child. So we need to go through the factors in the statute to answer that.
Sonia, as always, we appreciate you taking the time and stopping by and answering our questions. And if you'd like to have a question about family law, let attorney Sonia Kaufman answer your questions. You can fax us those questions, 892-7305. Email us at laf@kftm.com or post them on our KFTM News Facebook page.